To stop and eliminate this from happening, our pest control service is what you need. Call Turf Pro Lawn and Pest Control at 850-890-5820, 850-890-5820, or look us up on Facebook at Turf Pro PC.
This Memorial Day at the Sleep Center, you can save up to $500 on select Tempur-Pedic adjustable mattress sets. Tempur-Pedic, made in the USA, and available at
the Sleep Center, where it's bedtime all day long.
WGSX Lynn Haven, WVLQ Port St. Joe. Powered by Panama City Toyota, ESPN Northwest Florida.
Lights, camera, action.
It's the Coach James Hale Show.
Do you know who I am?
Live and local inside the J. Michaels studio.
People know me.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hot tub, I'm full of water. I stay hot tub, stay hot tub. Gonna get you hot tub. I'm gonna make it wet. Stay hot tub, rubber dub in the hot tub, rubber dub with me. Shake in the hot tub, yeah. Will it make me sweat? Yeah. Shake in the hot tub, yeah. Will it make me wet? Yeah.
Well, welcome. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Wildcat, you look good today. I like the colors, man.
Much. I comb my hair and brush my teeth.
You had the newbies after the show, or
sounds like
straight
a plan
to the
to
beach?
Me.
Look good. Look really good.
Thank you very much. Looks like you've got an action-packed show set up.
I got it, man. We got it. Hey, this is Stud Thursday. Stud Thursday.
I could have stayed home this morning.
This is incredible what we have in here today. Our special guest, Bill Solomon. We call him King Solomon at the gym.
We don't.
He runs the show down there. He ran the show in Missouri. We try to give all the people over in Destin some insight and some direction. They didn't listen to us. We tried to tell them. Yeah. But we'll get into that in a little bit. But today is a special day. Jeremy is here. Love Jeremy. Does an incredible job. But to have Tommy here is just, come on, Jerry. You got to admit, it's just special when he's here.
Yeah.
It really is.
Graced us with his presence here.
It's like... You can see that halo coming with him, that aura about him.
You better enjoy it because I won't be here next Thursday.
Forget everything I just said.
I'll be fishing next Thursday.
Tell everybody what your hat says, please.
It says, built in the 40s, unrestored. Some parts still working, something like that.
This is a legend. Let me tell you what he did. He's down fishing in Central Florida. Oh, he feels like, I don't feel right. He goes, he's right here telling you this happened.
True story.
He goes, I don't feel right. I think I'm having a heart attack. He drives. He didn't drive to a hospital. He drives all the way back to Bay County to see his own. It's important to see he told me it's important to see your regular doctor. Gets here, had a heart attack, drove through the pain to get here, and he made it.
It wasn't that much. I had to stop and have a milkshake, so it wasn't that
bad. French fries, cheeseburger.
Oh, my gosh. I don't know
True
what
story.
I've gotten into here.
This is a man's man right here.
Funny.
There's nothing like it.
I think it's that stretch of I-10 where you get from Lake City to Tallahassee, and all you see is Hamilton Memorial, Jefferson Memorial, Lake City Memorial.
Hey, I had my hospitals lined up in case I needed to stop. I had sisters on the way that I could stop.
It was incredible. But, no, he is truly – they have a show, Naked and Afraid, the people in New Orleans. We had them on our show. What's it called? The guys that cut – the Gator guys, they've been on our show.
Oh,
Swamp people. We had them on here. Yeah. We were in the other studio. Tommy is – I think he's over all that.
You didn't tell me that the Swamp people was going to be here. I'd have been there that day.
I know. Well, we try to keep it quiet. We didn't want too many heroes in there at one time. I asked Jeremy, I said, Jeremy, should we have Tommy after that show? He goes, I don't know if that'd work. But no, Tommy is into all kind of hunting. Do you remember how you see now you can go and watch on video? They got these spears now. The people get up in the trees. They put the feet up under, and all they have to do is drop the spear to kill the boar. Over in Africa, they do the same thing. Big game. They kill these spears. Well, of course, he didn't get a lot of credit for it. He was one of the first ones to start this back in Bluntstown back in the 1950s. He would get a stick. He'd cut it up, get sharp, and drop it on little piglets. And
Bill, Bill, you'll
Little
soon learn
piglets.
about James Hale. It won't take long.
I think I may have come in the wrong way.
There's nothing Tommy said in my eyes. There's nothing he can do wrong.
What's the old saying? When the truth becomes legend, print the legend.
Yeah, print the legend. That's right. Print the legend.
He
Yeah.
told me about his childhood, growing up an orphan. You know? That's how I met him. I said, oh my God, really?
And the alligator attacking him, you know.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Sharks.
Barehanded.
I went, it was a tough upbringing. I'll tell you what. I don't really want to talk about that. It's too much heartache. Hey, how's everything down at church?
Oh, we're doing great. We had a special Mother's Day. Y'all may have seen it there online. So Tommy missed out. He was at the early service there.
I saw that. That was really cool what you did.
At 10:45, we had a few of our guys who were singing the choir, but the rest of the loft looked pretty empty. People were wondering what was going on. I had something up my sleeve. And so during the time they were taking up the offering, I said, now, all you men up here who've gotten you spouses flowers and going to take them to brunch, if you want to put a tear in their eyes, you're going to get up here in this choir loft and do the sing-along with Will the Circle Be Unbroken. And the men just piled out of the chairs, and the mamas were wiping their eyes, and the wives are, and they did a great job.
They did.
That's great. That's
Of course,
great.
got a text from one of ours who was at home recuperating from surgery. Said, "You sure know how to flex peer pressure, don't you?"
And tell everybody out there what church it is.
It's First United Methodist Church there in Panama City. Come join us, 8:15, 9:30, 10:45.
I know you've got to be getting ready for all the
graduation recognition and preschoolers. We got a bunch of them we're getting ready to send off to kindergarten, and then we've got, I think, a dozen or so high schoolers that will be loosing on the world. So big Sunday this Sunday.
That'll be 10:45.
10:45, and we throw on all of our garb and dress up the part and have a big day, so it'll be fun.
Tell you what, Bill, he does a great job down there. Matter of fact, we got to go down there one time, get you and Sue, Julie and I go down and meet with Tommy. When we go and walk in there with Tommy, we feel special. We get treated really well. That's a great church. It really is. Great
That
people.
doesn't happen very often.
Yeah, James Gualamar, a lot of good people. Like Vandergriffs, all these. That church has gotten big. How many services do you have?
We've got 3 every Sunday.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it can be watched on TV.
Online, on television, YouTube.
You look good. You look a little heavier.
COVID changed.
You look a little heavier.
person.
You look a little heavier. I was just saying a little bit.
I got to
just a
get on
little
our
bit.
tech people.
Well, it's the same thing here. It's the same thing here. If you're watching faith, you can watch this my brother watches Kentucky all over. If you watch us now, we do look a little bit bigger. Our hands look deformed. It's not really normal, but we are. It's just the TV and lighting. I think.
yeah.
Have they got the camera working now? Louis said it wasn't
Is it working now? The camera you got it on?
All the cameras are working.
Oh my.
She said
Can she see it?
one Thursday it wasn't working.
Oh well.
If Wildcat starts to make you look a little orange, though, we got it.
Yeah.
If you make me mad, I'll turn you green.
Yeah. If it's not working, we
an old
we all know
television
why it's not working. We got a caller. Let's take this call. Good morning, sir.
Buenos dias, gente 4.3, ESPN on Northwest of Florida. Anyway,
I didn't know this was bilingual. I know him in the
I'm a
wrong place.
multilingual. How about that? And be sure to blur out my face on Facebook, okay? Because Johnny Sriracha from Nashville, several generations of Italian cops looking for me. Which, by the way, this is Police Memorial Day, and thank you all the policemen. You know, there's nothing more important than a good cop, and there's nothing worse than a bad one.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I want to shout out to Mark Smith over there across the water, Chief, and Tony Helms up there in Geneva County, and what's that boy that won the championship? I said it was with Davis, but I think he won it with Nabel, actually, up there in Grand Ridge. Anyway, before they defunct that school. By the way, Santa Monica, you know who I'm talking about, don't you?
Yeah, he does.
Okay.
What was that?
I love the Methodist, man, even though I'm Presbyterian.
Well, you got two of them. You got 2 of them sitting there. One's a preacher.
I know. Hey, Hale, Coach Hale, let me be respectful. Did you go to Fraser?
No.
You didn't? Like you drop out of Bone Chapel, Church of Christ, or whatever it's called. Not Bone Chapel, that's a Presbyterian church.
Narrow Lane Road.
Bone Road.
Yeah.
You don't have to tell me. Hey, listen, I ran into, I won't call his name, the guy that graduated when you did in Montgomery. Turns out maybe he didn't go to Lee. He might have been playing out east of town.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What was his name?
I don't want to use it on the TV since you're on TV, but
Okay.
he and I had a drink with him the other night, and we smoked a cigar. That's okay, you know. Lord will forgive me. But I got some FCA quality jokes. I got 3 of them. Okay.
Okay.
You ready for them?
Yes.
All right. I might forget one of them. All right. This guy said, "My son only has 2 problems. He only has 2 sins. He's almost perfect. He's trying to get him married off to a nice girl." And the girl's daddy says, "Well, what are they?" He says, "Well, he cusses a lot when he gets drunk every day." Crickets. Okay, thank you. All right, thank you. Okay, now let me try.
That was great. Hey, awesome. I love
The
that.
punchline.
Oh, come on, guys. That's an old preacher joke, too. All right, I got one about the book of Numbers, okay? All right. And it kind of applies to me. It's like the preacher said it was a miracle back in the old days of the Old Testament when a jackass spoke. And now, these days, it's a miracle when a jackass will shut up. So I'm going to shut up, and I'm going to say, go FSU, whip Alabama.
Whoa.
Come on. What do you mean?
Wait a
You're
minute.
from Southern Miss, aren't you?
Listen, I grew up in Alabama, 18 years pulling for Paul Bear Bryant in Alabama. Hey, Mike, what state are you in today? Arkansas, Tennessee? Where are you at? North Carolina?
I'm in Carolina del Norte, just north of the PGA Championship, and just a little bit south of Woke Forest, which is one of the worst universities in the country, but they think they're great.
Yeah.
Anyway, don't tell them because I'm working for them, okay? Hey, let me tell you a quick one about Belichick's girlfriend. She's slowly fading, but they had approached me about taking care of her. And so I said, well, here's a good idea from down in Northwest Florida. You put her on a tube, and you put a real small pinhole in it, like if she had gone to the meetings at Amelia Island. You say, hey, let us drag you down the river and you look at the alligators. That's ugly, isn't it? I don't care.
That was kind of mean.
Saving America. Defend. You live to your back is our southern boundary, or to your front, maybe. Depends on which side of the table you're sitting on. That beach is a southern boundary. Defend it. So put a Glock in your job.
Absolutely.
And be careful.
Absolutely.
All right. Be cool, guys.
Bye, buddy. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate the text this morning. 29 minutes ago, your guest is here. Thank you. that means a lot. That's amazing.
Well, I wanted you to usually show up fashionably late. So
Hush. Hey,
everybody else shows up on time.
Jamie's in town.
Okay.
Jamie's in town. We've got a lot going on this weekend.
Hi, Jamie.
She came down. Lorelei and Layton had their recital dance at, I think it's at Bay High School, the new auditorium there. And they both have cheerleading tryouts Saturday morning. So they're getting to, I think it's competition cheerleading, got to go. Anyway, so we're all pumped up about that, watching the girls do their dance. And then I don't think we get to go watch the tryouts. I think Jamie's going to go watch some tryouts. So Lorelei, Layton, and hopefully we'll get to watch Johnny a little bit. But we got a lot planned up going on this weekend. Next week is a big week. Going to be going to Wednesday, heading over to Spanish Fort to see the singer. He was married to Nicole Kidman.
Oh.
Remember we talked about him?
Yeah.
Tim McGraw?
Keith Urban.
No.
Keith Urban.
Yeah.
Going to go watch Keith Urban.
Yeah.
And my roommates, the 2 are alive, and we're all meeting over there doing that. And then we're going to head up to Hoover. And Jeremy, you're not going to make it this year, are you?
No, we got all kinds of 8th grade graduation, kindergarten, all that stuff going on.
Heading up there, watch some baseball games. Looking forward to that. So we got a busy weekend. I know you got everything going on with the church. Tommy's doing great. Great to have you back in town, by the way. We're glad you're here. And Bill, thank you for coming this morning. We appreciate you, and we're going to pick your brain later today.
I warned him when he
Slim
came in.
Pickens.
I'm
telling you.
No,
I warned him.
We need to get Sue in here one day, your wife. I think she was a teacher for 30 years. Bill was a superintendent over in the great state of Missouri. And seriously, we talked about this. Destin's going to go Monday through Thursday, 4 days. We told them for athletic-wise, you don't want to take off Friday. I guess, Tommy, if I was them, I would have every home game scheduled for Thursday night if you want a decent crowd. If you don't have school on Friday, I don't think people are going to come. Now, the other schools, one Thursday a year, you can come play on Thursday night. We did it. Everybody does it, so it's not a big
it's your
deal.
home game, isn't it? I mean,
Right.
You
So
set
they
the
could,
date.
you set the
You
game.
play on Thursday and you go get scout all the other teams.
Exactly.
You know,
Which is good.
And if I'm hosting Destin, I'd welcome them to town on Saturday evening at 7:30.
Let me ask you both this. You were in it forever. Bill, and we gave our opinion on it. But Jeremy, you're a parent. You deal with it. Would you want Bay District schools to go Monday through Thursday?
I have a real ambivalence about it. I'm watching the same conversation over in Franklin County. Apalachicola starting that discussion there, East
didn't know
Point.
that.
Yes, they are.
Wow.
And what I've read in their school board meetings, you see this all online, the superintendent there is saying, look, teacher recruitment, incentivizing that, is part of it, where you come and have a 4-day work week. Franklin, struggles to get teachers. I mean, it's kind of remote down there. And, part of the world's kind of hard to access. So he's making some pretty compelling arguments. Now, the flip side is you've had parents going, what about our child care needs and things of that nature. So there's a lot of irons to. Yeah.
Bill was against it.
Yeah, I understand what they're talking about if you're recruiting in remote areas and what have you. But I cannot. Instruction, the more instruction you have, the more face time that I have with y'all, the better I think we're going to do with our testing and overall
retention.
I really wonder about it. I've heard that song and dance, and we had it in Missouri. We just didn't do it. We wouldn't.
All right, you guys hold your thoughts right there. We get back, we'll finish up with this. But it is going to happen in Destin, and across the state, people are talking about it, and money is behind it. I think they can shut everything down one day. It says, we'll talk about it.
Well, the good thing about it, Destin is going to be the guinea pig.
That's right. How many projects can be written on this?
Right. No doubt. All right, we're gonna start this. We've got I've got 12 free tickets to the Gulf Coast Jam. What do they cost again? It's very expensive to get
It's
in.
up in the hundreds now.
Yeah, so we're going to give away. We're going to. Well, I tell you what. Instead of doing it today, maybe we'll do it today. Who knows? Depends on how I feel. I feel like I got a lot of power right now because I got something people want.
Well, I think we're down to 8 now.
Hey, yeah. We could sell those things. Richard Sanders, I think I'm going to sell them. I don't think I'm going to give them away. No, but we'll probably do it tomorrow. Call our show. We got 4 for the Ryan show, 4 for the David, and so we'll be giving those Gulf Coast Jam tickets away. Now, I'm giving away 4 individual. I'm not giving a pair. I'm not going to do that. That way, 4 people get it instead of 1 couple. I just want to do it that way. I don't know what they're going to do. They can do what you want to do in the afternoon in the middle school, but this is what we're going to do it here. So if you give us a call, we'll give away 1 ticket to the Gulf Coast Jam. And we took care of you. You're happy, right? You're happy?
I'm happy.
Okay. I gave you Tommy's not going to be happy, but you will be happy.
Hey, John, you can have my ticket too.
Good.
Anyway, let's talk about some of our great people. Tommy, I tell you what, Sam's box, let's start all over. Julie surprised me. I look in the carport and I see this thing hidden. I said, what is that? I go pull it back. It's a bike. Beautiful bike. I said, Julie, whose bike's that in there? She goes, that's yours. I said, what? She said, yeah, I got you a bike. I was going to surprise you. I said, oh, well, good. That's great. Steve's bike shop. No, I don't want to. I don't want an electric bike. I want to pump the pedal. I'm not an electric type guy. We got them all throughout Bay Point. People love them. That's a new thing. I just like the old-fashioned bike, and that's what she got me.
Make sure you get a helmet and knee pads. And all
you got to get a helmet. I tell you, we had a guy down in Cape Coral, Fort Myers, that did the weather for the big station down there. Day off, he's riding his bike, fell, died. He just hit on the curve, killed him. I mean, just like that, gone. So it is important to wear a helmet. People think, we kid about it, but no, you need to wear a helmet when you're riding a bike, especially those electrical bikes. They run pretty fast. But getting back to my commercial, Steve's Bike Shop, they've been serving Bay County since 1979. Go by Steve. They'll take, if you got ones all beat up, tore up, they'll take care of it. Get your new tires on it. Thing will last and work really well. Great selection of electrical and the old-fashioned bikes. They sell new and used. Steve's Bike Shop, right there, right across from Sam's on 23rd Street. He does a great job. He also is a great swimming coach, no doubt about that. Also, Pat Purno, the city commissioner, the great city of Lynn Haven, does an incredible job over there. But I tell you what, he does a great job. His restaurant, Beef O'Brady's in Lynn Haven, is incredible. Great food, but I'm telling you, it's the way they treat you. Every time Tom and I go over there, they always have a smile on their face. TV's on everywhere. You watch any kind of sporting event that go on, and every meal is good. No matter what you order, it will be outstanding. Beef O'Brady's, Lynn Haven. And when you're down that way, we'd ask you to do what Tommy has done, what I have done, what Jeremy's going to do. Go down to David Adams, and they'll design whatever you want.
That's right. If you can create it in your mind and sketch it out on a little piece of paper, they will gladly create. I have a one-of-a-kind David Adamson designer jewelry piece of jewelry, and I absolutely love it. They're right there, 830 Highway 77 in Lynn Haven. Get your jewelry cleaned and inspected for free if you want to sell your gold, or if you want a good price on something, that's the
they're
place
incredible.
to go.
Russ and Amber do a great job down there. I got a buddy of mine. His wife is beautiful, a great lady. She deserves it. Sue deserves something. So hopefully we can get another one of my friends down there to get his beautiful wife something sweet and kind. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida, the home of the Atlanta Braves.
The new app from 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida is designed specifically for sports fanatics like you. The sports content you demand is always on. Live stream our national and local sports talk anywhere you go. Reach us on all social media. You can also be a part of the show. Call and text into our studios. Plus, up-to-the-minute weather and traffic maps. The new app from 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida is available at the Apple Store and Google Play.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida. Here is your weather forecast on this Thursday morning. As we head into this afternoon and evening, mostly sunshine and a high of 81 with a moderate breeze out of the south-southwest at 13 miles per hour. For tonight, partly cloudy skies and a low near 74. Tomorrow, a wind 5 to 10 miles per hour, partly sunny and a high around 82. For Saturday, mostly sunshine and a high of 83. This weather forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Are you hungry for authentic Mexican cuisine? Then come to El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill, where we serve up the freshest, most flavorful dishes on the beach. El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill, a great location, comfortable atmosphere, and happy hour from 3 to 7. Buy one, get one free, regular margaritas and 12-ounce house drafts. And you're going to love their lunch specials, Monday through Friday from 11 to 3. Plus live music Wednesdays and Saturdays starting at 5:30. El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill, Thomas Drive across from the Navy base.
And 10908 Front Beach Road.
Hi folks, it's Tracy from Tracy's Fine Jewelry. Did you know that we have a master jeweler right here in the store? That's right. She has over 20 years experience in the art of repairing jewelry. Most repairs are done within a week, so don't send your jewelry off for 6 weeks. Bring it to us at Tracy's Fine Jewelry. We size rings and solder chains. We can reset your diamond into a new setting and even custom design. You'll get your jewelry back quickly and looking as good as new. Tracy's Fine Jewelry, Bay County's trusted jeweler for over 50 years.
For everything in the world of golf, it's the Watson Report. Thursdays at 4:20 with Alan Watson from Golf Plus. ESPN Northwest Florida. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michael Studio.
And welcome back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. We're going to ask you to do us a big favor. If you could, if you live over in South Walton, as we're talking about Destin, South Walton baseball getting ready to go down. They're going to leave Saturday. They're going to go down, watch Florida and Alabama play in their baseball, their series there Saturday. And then they're going to head on down to Fort Myers and play for the state championship. I think they're going to win it all. I really do. This special group of kids. Nick does such a great job over there coaching South Walk Seahawks. If you could, go by the school. I don't care if it's $5, $100, whatever you can give. go up to the main office and say, this is for South Walton baseball. Please make sure they get it. They'll certainly appreciate that. The bus, just the bus alone to go down there is extremely expensive. And then you got hotel rooms, you got food and everything else. We're asking the exact same thing for Arnold High School here in Panama City Beach. Any little amount of money you can give, we certainly appreciate it. I think the easiest way is just drive out of the school. Go in the main office and say, look, this is for baseball. This is Arnold baseball.
Yeah,
I tell you,
Holmes County's down there right now.
Holmes County, Port St. Joe.
Port St. Joe got beat yesterday.
Yeah.
So,
man, I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
Oh, Holmes beat them. Holmes beat them, okay.
Holmes County.
Well, that makes it a little bit easier, but I love those people down Port St. Joe. So if you can help them out in any way, they certainly appreciate it. What about Arnold softball, too? Mm-hmm. Wow, it's like this. What a great year. All right, I want to get back to the thing that maybe one day happens here. Tommy, do you ever think it would happen here in Bay County? You've been here all these years. You know the politics. Monday through Thursday, where the kids go, who's going to watch and babysit the kids, that's going to, you got to look at that. But they say, I heard this a long time ago. I heard this way down in Central Florida way back in the day. They didn't even thought about this back then. Let's go 4 days a week. We shut down the air conditioning units. We shut down everything, the schools. They save money on the power bills. They save money, I guess, not having to have the janitors and stuff work one extra day. Bill, that's got to be part of it. They've got to be looking at that. I think that's one of the reasons they're looking at it. But as a superintendent, he's going, we need the instruction. We need them in the class. We need them with the teachers. I get that. But do you ever think it could happen here, or would you want it to happen here?
No, I don't think it would. What you're doing, you're saving money, but you're taking away education for kids. I mean, that don't compute to me. Plus, there's too many parents. I know I got grandkids. I don't want them, extra day to do whatever.
Run around, if they're not involved in sports or anything else.
They go Thursday and they start back Monday. Then in your lesson plans, it's like you got to start all over again. I mean, right. I don't think it's a good idea. But as I said, Destin's going to be the guinea pig, and we'll all see how it works out for them. But and they will. Like you say, I think saving money is the thing, and we'll know from Destin how much they feel like they saved. Was it that money they saved worth the extra day off for kids in education? Yeah, I don't think it is.
You know they had to have parent input.
Oh, yeah.
And maybe that community can afford it. Bill, but you're a superintendent. You would have never let that happen in your district?
No, I wouldn't be in favor of it. I think it's all about, unhappily, it's about money.
I certainly am.
It's about instructional programs. It's where you want to see your children move from this point to this point. They don't need any more unsupervised time in their lives right now, particularly on a Friday, run it with a weekend. I understand that the school districts will go, well, we could save money doing this, and probably they can. But is that why you're doing this? Is to save money? If it's not about your kids, then what is it truly about? Mm-hmm. And you get into that. I've just seen too many. You can go ahead and schedule work days for teachers, and you can have them on Fridays if you want to have them, and you can put it in your teacher contract and what have you. But just to do it every single week from September through June doesn't compute with me. And
yeah, Bill, now you're a parent. You got 3 kids. What do you think about all this?
Well, we have about 6 weeks on a rough estimate where you're already dealing with a 4-day week. Okay, so you take Labor Day, Columbus Day, Veterans Day. Typically, they get the Monday or the Friday off. MLK Day. Sometimes, the Monday after Easter. Before so what I have seen there is you already see people getting that day, and so they go ahead and say, well, we're going to be out on the Thursday and get the Friday, or we're going to, the 3-day becomes a 4-day, and there's a sort of laying out of school. I'm not outing anything here. I'm just naming the reality of it, where they take a mini fall break by missing 1 day and taking the holiday. And so I don't know that those things wouldn't carry over on a 4-day week. Oh, well, we already have the Friday off. Let's just go ahead and duck out of the Thursday, and that 30 to 45 minutes is already missed. Yeah. I'm not sure if the right answer isn't getting back to more 5-day weeks, and let's get the summer extended again. Summer vacation is only about 7 weeks. before the teachers report back
That
at
is
the end of
true.
July.
Yeah. In the old days, it was longer. It seemed
Much
like.
longer. And you're getting a week at Thanksgiving. You're getting these days that are dropped in that create these moments where families will take breaks at times maybe they're a little less traditional than what we thought, but the trade-offs. I mean, you got to make your days. You got to have your days. You got to have your time by state requirement.
Right.
Where are you going to allocate those? And personally, I'd rather see the longer summer, the 8-9 week summer with a longer break than these interspersed breaks, because trying to get our kids back in the routines, that's the challenge.
That is the challenge, and you know how that routine works.
Mm-hmm.
It works that way for all of us.
Everybody.
It's not just kids.
Yeah.
And you get a rhythm. You get a rhythm going, and all of a sudden, we're going to take Friday and Monday off, and then which will end up being Thursday and Tuesday.
That's right.
Because somebody's family, the only time we can take a vacation is if we take it.
Yeah. Let's pull sports in. How did you feel about the open week in the season? Probably mixed emotions there.
If you're winning, you want to keep going.
Yeah.
If you're losing, you want to get it over with.
Let's take Arnold baseball. They're having to sit for a week after they've been
South
in
Walton,
same thing.
Yeah.
There's something about consistency and rhythm.
All right, this happened. We were the first school to do this. And back in '93, Cape Coral High School, we had a teacher work day on a Friday. We had playing North Fort Myers for the district. We're both now this helped because we're both undefeated. We're both 8-0 playing for the championship game. So I said, let's play the game Thursday night. And Marinelle Gunter, the superintendent, says, let me call and make sure it's okay to the superintendent. He calls and he goes, yeah, that okay, all right. The most money ever made in Lee County at that time, and that's back when tickets were like $2, $2.50. We had, I think we made like $33,000 that night. We had the biggest crowd. You couldn't even get in and out of the stadium. After warming up, leaving the field, it took us forever to get off the field, get back on. No other game was being played. All the other schools were there. All the other coaching staffs were there, and all the people in our community in North Fort Myers were there. Of course, we had some great players on both teams there to watch also. But Tommy, they don't like a missing school. Like if we're going over to play Destin on a Thursday night and they got school the next day, a lot of principals don't like that. A lot of administrators don't like that. So that's going to be something they'll push back on that, I'm sure. Mm-hmm. He's going nuts. We got to take a break. Do I got time to do any commercials? All right, let me do a couple commercials. Let's talk about what we're going to talk about. Let's talk about El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill. Matter of fact, we're going to be there today at 5 o'clock. We're going to get over there and have a great time. Get there early and wait for everybody to get in there and start the singing. They do. We got some credible people that live here in Panama City Beach. If you want to listen to some good music today, karaoke only on Thursdays at El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill. The greatest happy hour anywhere. You buy one, you get one free. We're talking about small draft beer, margaritas, and house wines. Go check it out. We think you'll love it. Great place to have birthday parties. And David's got a new one. Front Beach Road, head on past Walmart. The address is 10908 Front Beach Road. Park in the back. Have a great time. El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill. The legendary J. Michael's Restaurant on Thomas Drive. The best seafood, the coldest beer, the legendary J. Michael's. Don't forget just about the seafood. They got steaks. Got the best burger, best cheeseburger on Panama City Beach. They got pork chops. They got it all right there at the legendary J. Michael's. Do you want to look better and feel better? Max Fit Sports Nutrition. Jason will be here tomorrow. Can't wait to visit with him. He's on every Tuesday and Friday. I tell you what, you can try it before you buy it. Seriously, that guy can help you in all your needs. Max Fit Sports Nutrition. Pier Park, 23rd Street. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Set your alarm clock to wake up with the Coach Hale Show on ESPN Northwest Florida. In-depth local and college sports from expert insiders and a dash of controversy.
Can be deadly.
Weekday mornings 7 to 9.
Nothing says good morning like a drunken human alarm clock.
You're live from the J. Michaels studio.
We all know he loves the Florida Gators, but that's okay.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
I can control the world.
Lone Star Boil House and Sports Bar, where the locals go for the best boiled seafood around. Crawfish, shrimp, red royals, and everything crabs. Watch almost every sporting event in the country on their huge outdoor jumbotron. Follow them on Facebook to stay up to date on weekly events, live music, and food and beer specials. Lone Star Boil House and Sports Bar, your home away from home for sports, good times, and great food. The best boiled seafood. Lone Star Boil House and Sports Bar, 320 West 5th Street, downtown Panama City.
Your biggest investment is your home. Protect it while also improving its appearance with Earthworks of Northwest Florida. We have sand, mulch, gravel, or lay down decorative stone, all available for pickup and delivery. Discover your dream landscape with Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Imagine the moment you proudly pull up to your home that you've worked so hard for, enhanced by quality mulch, decorative stones, and more. Let's make it happen today. Request a quote online at earthworkspc.com or swing by the office at 2005 Industrial Drive. Love the land you live on.
Is your restaurant looking a little tired from the long off season? Is your office a little offish? Start the new year off right by giving them a fresh start. Fresh Start Cleaning is now accepting new clients. Ask about their complimentary hood cleaning services. Fresh Start Cleaning. Get clean again with Fresh Start. Call 850-771-6917, 771-6917, and ask about their complimentary hood cleaning services.
I don't always talk to Alabama fans, but when I do, I ask for large fries. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
guys are having way too much fun.
Florida State, Florida State, Florida State. Woo! Before we get to FSU, we just found out something, and it's going to be kind of interesting. We just shared it with Steve Moss. Jeremy, thank you for that information. Just found out that the Quincy's officials were rewarded the state championship series in Fort Myers. They'll be calling the Arnold game. If you remember, this is the same crew that called the Arnold Clay game. And Steve Moss is real happy about this right now. I think he goes, "Shut your mouth. Don't you dare say that. I might jump off the bridge."
I don't think he has to worry about seeing Quincy in South Florida.
Anyway, if you were at the game, it was amazing. I'll tell you that.
Boy.
Tommy, FSU Updates brought to you by Newbies. We got 4 great locations. Not Pier Park, but St. Andrews, the new blue facility is incredible. But Newbies 2 on the Curve, that's where you want to watch all sporting events. Head on down to Mothership. They got the best bands, best entertainment every Friday and Saturday night all throughout the summer. I'll tell you what, the heat is here. This weekend's going to be in the 90s. So get on the Newbies, have a great time. Tell them Coach sent you. What do you have for us today for FSU?
Well, we'll start with baseball, since baseball and softball is big going on now. Baseball is 36-11 right now. They have their last 3-game series this week in Tallahassee, starting tonight, 7 o'clock. They're playing North Carolina, 3-game series. Friday they play at 7 o'clock, and Saturday they play at 2 o'clock. And that will finish up their regular season. Then they start May the 20th through the 25th up in Durham. They start with their the ACC baseball tournament. It's all 16 teams will be. It's a single elimination. The 4 top seed teams, FSU, NC State, North Carolina, and Georgia Tech, drew double byes to the quarterfinals. And it's a lose one, and you're on the road home. But as y'all know, FSU is the most interesting baseball team I believe I have ever seen. I mean, they could beat
anybody. They
could beat the National League teams, or they couldn't even beat one of our middle school teams. I mean, it's that a big turnaround. But when they're on, buddy, they're on. So, and of course, we know that pitching is one of their problems they're having. It's improved some, though, so we'll see what happens with that. And they're going to host a regional in Tallahassee, probably a super regional, so that'll be something to look forward to coming up. In softball, the softball team, they're 46-9. They're seeded number 5 in the national tournament, which is coming up. They play Friday, May the 16th. They host in the regional in Tallahassee. They play in Robert Morris at 2:30. And the teams in there is USF, Auburn, Robert Morris, and FSU. Those 4 teams make up the regional. And I would say probably they did not play USF, University of Southern Florida, in the regular season. They've got a good team. They could very well upset and win that regional. So we'll see what happens with that. But they're playing pretty good. And the winner of that regional will play the winner of the Lubbock regional. And that will probably, if FSU wins, they will probably host that super regional also. So that Lubbock regional is hosted by Texas Tech. I would like to congratulate Isa Torres. She's a sophomore shortstop. She is one of the 10 finalists for the softball collegiate player of the year. She's done really well, and she's the only sophomore on that named the 10 finalists of all of them. So she's doing good. Interestingly, golf. I'm giving golf a plug because they're doing really well. They won their regional, and in golf, there's 6 regionals that are played across the nation. They won their regional. It was in Tallahassee. They won it by 9 strokes over runner-up Ole Miss. Luke Clanton, that's a name you're going to see is going to be a millionaire in the making because he's already got his PGA card. He won the individual honors by 4 strokes, and he had a consecutive 49 holes before ever getting a bogey. I mean, he shot a 69 and he won this thing.
That's crazy.
So they'll go to Carlsbad, California, May the 23rd through the 28th for the National Golf Tourney, and there'll be 30 teams out there. It's a 54-hole tournament, so we'll see how they do out there. They have a great chance to win the National. So in golf, you know how that goes. You know, you're a superstar on one hole, then you can't make nothing on the next hole. So that will be interesting to see how they do. Football, they have in May is a big month for them. They're hosting a lot of official visits to FSU, and they've got some big names coming in there. And I showed you the picture. I'll just jump to this. The football stadium is doing well. They've got the fields. They've already started on the field. They said it was going to start on July, but they've already started on it. So it should be in good shape, and hopefully it'll be nice and slippery for Alabama when they play.
We'll have the wrong cleats on again.
That game, yeah. You'll probably be wearing tennis shoes. But anyway, that'll be their first game, and that's a big game. It's a 3:30 start, 2:30 our time. We saw that recently. It's good and hot there, so if you go there, make sure you wear shorts and T-shirts, and if you're lucky enough, get in air conditioned. It's going to be hot.
Yeah, how miserable that's going to be.
Where are we tailgating? Where are we tailgating?
I already told Julie, I said, I don't know about this. Yeah. That's just too. Are you going to go?
Heck no, I'm not going.
Well, you're up in the.
No, I'm not going. I wouldn't even go if I was up there.
Wow.
But one other thing, too, they had the ACC meetings recently, and Commissioner gave a talk, and I think the ACC drew somewhere around $7.6 million, and that compares to the SEC and the Big Ten $840 million or more. So you see the big discrepancy in how much the funding, and they were really talked about nil payments, and something there needs to be some type of guardrails on that. And you saw where Trump mentioned something about a committee, a government involved with it, trying to look at nil and what can happen.
It was Saban and I want to think it's Campbell from Texas Tech. I think his guy he just sold his business like for $4.3 billion. God knows what he's doing. So hopefully those two can get together. Let me ask you this, all three of you. If it goes across the board, $20 million each one, then that helps everybody in college football. But if revenue sharing is by the percentage of what you're making from TV, it's going to be the Big Ten and SEC going to dominate like they are now.
They're not getting $20.6 million. They say they can share that of their revenue that they make. It's not just everybody getting 20 points. So
the Big Ten and SEC are going to dominate.
Instead of Ohio State giving $20 million, they give $40 million now.
Right.
To football.
And see, that's what they were trying to they want to make it a number across the board when it be competitive.
Yeah.
But if that does happen where it's SEC Big Ten, Big Ten is going to give out more than anybody.
I was telling Bill, I read about this Cantwell kid, the number one player. You know where he committed? Miami. The number one player, Cantwell. He's an offensive lineman. Big superstar.
Wow.
He just committed to Miami over Georgia.
I thought they were going to get him.
Ohio State and Oregon.
Well, they got that big booster down there that got all that money.
You think they probably paid him a little money?
We've lost kids 2 years in a row now to Oregon because of the money.
Yeah.
We talked about the other day the best jobs in college football. It's changed now. Right now, I think the best 3 jobs in college football is Texas, Ohio State, and Oregon. And I'd put probably A&M right up there near the top.
I'll tell you, people better watch out for Miami this year. They're slowly developing a.
Carson Beck is healthy. I got some stuff on that. When we get back, we'll talk about that. Right now, let's talk about some of our. Hey, great job, Tommy. Get out, newbies. Have a great time. You know, John and Charlotte, they are so wonderful to the community. We all know all the money she gave to the university, but they're always giving back and helping out the community. Let's make sure we go support them. Get to one of the 4 newbies. Have a great time and tell them Coach sent you. We certainly appreciate that. The legendary Chad Mitchell. Chad is incredible. 26 years this fall. 26 years he's given up his weekend free of charge to take care of Bay County athletes. That doesn't happen anywhere.
I remember the first year he showed up.
2000, Arnold High School. Yeah, I was right there with him. I told him to shut up. No, I'm kidding. I love that guy. He always tried to tell me what plays to call. It was incredible. But listen to Chad every Monday right here on ESPN. If you get any type of injury, go make an appointment. Chad will take care of you. You don't have to be a great athlete. The guy's incredible. Robotic MD, he can do all of it, man. The guy's something special. We just got through talking about the heat. This weekend, 95 degrees. 95 degrees already. If you got Stevenson air conditioning, you got to worry about it. Locals taking care of locals. The guy's incredible. If you're looking for a new unit, you've got a big, huge church and you need some work done. It's Stevenson Air Conditioning. They do incredible. They do incredible work. They are number one. Not even close. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida, the Paul Feinbaum Show.
Let's go to Dwayne up next. Hey, I want to know why Alabama, all y'all Alabama fans and stuff, then sued the NFL to send Jalen Milroe up there. Everybody in the world knows Jalen Milroe was no first-round pick.
This is hard for some people to believe. You actually have to have grounds for a lawsuit.
Paul Feinbaum, weeknights, 6 to 10 on ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida. Here is your weather forecast on this Thursday morning. As we head into this afternoon and evening, mostly sunshine and a high of 81 with a moderate breeze out of the south-southwest at 13 miles per hour. For tonight, partly cloudy skies and a low near 74. Tomorrow, a wind 5 to 10 miles per hour, partly sunny and a high around 82. For Saturday, mostly sunshine and a high of 83. This weather forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Get ready for your next adventure and discover Kia at Bill Bird Kia today. Check out the 2025 SUV family. The road is yours. Take a test drive and see the all-new features that elevate any adventure. Now offering 1.9% APR up to 60 months on the purchase of a new 2025 Kia Sportage or a 2025 Kia Sorento. You'll get the perfect balance of comfort, safety, and technology. We'll treat you like family and give you the peace of mind that you can trust. Bill Bird Kia is the home of that 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Stop by and see us at 2435 East 15th Street or anytime at BillBirdKiaPanamaCity.com. See us today.
Offer from Kia Finance America for the purchase of a new 2025 Kia Sportage and a 2025 Sorento with $1,748 per month for $1,000 financed in 60 months. Quantities limited. Cannot be combined with other finance offers not available on balloon financing. The 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty is a Bill Bird Kia warranty. See dealer for complete details. Offer for well-qualified buyers must take delivery from dealer stock through 6/2/25.
If your neighbor, employer, or grandmother were traumatized by comments made on the Coach James Hale Show.
One thing people aren't saying a whole lot about, and I'll probably get in trouble,
but just wanted to take this moment to say, get bent. We're live from the J. Michael Studio, ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. You were talking about Miami and all the money they got to go buy players. Carson Beck, Georgia's quarterback, he started back. He's working out. He missed all of spring football. They put a big, huge time investment in him. It was like $4 million 1-year deal. Maybe it pays off for Cristobal, but Cristobal said he is definitely back throwing and it looks like he's fine. So that's a great news for Miami. We shall see. In 2023, if you remember, his first year he started, he passed for 3,941 yards, 24 touchdowns. His last year at Georgia, he passed for 3,485 yards, another 28 touchdowns. But his last year here, if you think back, he turned the ball over quite a bit, 12 interceptions. So we shall see how it works out for him down in Miami. I think it's pretty good. If you're not watching Facebook right now, you don't know what's going on. This is
out of control in there.
Well, Tommy's
out
here.
of control.
All right, let's bring him on. Right, we got a caller. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, guys.
Hey, who is this?
It's Charles.
Hey, Charles, how you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. I wanted to ask the brain power that's in that room. I want to go to the state high school playoffs, but I understand it's a cashless stadium. That's fine, but do you have to go through PayPal, or can you get in with your credit card at the gate?
Tommy, I listen, I'm like you, Charles. There's times I don't go to the game because I can't pay it. My phone, I don't even know how to do that stuff. If Julie's with me, I can go. If not, I don't even mess with it. Great question. Tommy, help us out.
Charles, the first time that I went up there and they paid, I don't know if it's Venmo or whatever it was, I walked in and I told the little girl, I said, I don't know how to do it. She took my phone and did it for me, and that was it. But it's not that's, I guess they call it progress, but I'm like old school. I'd rather just give them the money or a credit card and go in. But credit cards, you can't use a credit card, so.
Just take your phone with you.
Yeah, just take your phone with you and.
I might as well not go. I got a flip phone.
See, I hear you. I understand what you're saying.
Well,
the FHSA will find a way to get that money.
The other thing, what I would do, Charles, call Bay High School. Call Bay High School to the front office there, and they'll fix you up. They'll get your money, and they will get you in the game.
Okay, I appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, buddy. All right. As y'all were sharing the phone, I was telling some great information. Carson Beck is back. So that investment, they made a $4 million might pay off. Who knows? What did you think about him, though? The Alabama game, he just didn't look like he was better his first year, I think, than his second.
I think they bought high.
First of the year, he was super tough, and he faded, though.
Yeah. We talked about it. It looks like it's going to happen. A lot of people are caving in, and I think it's going to happen this year. It's not official yet. I don't believe it's quite official yet, but the top 12 teams of the college playoff. Remember last year, you had all the buys. The conference champs teams had the bye. They all lost. So it looks like it's going to happen. They're going to select the 12 top seeded teams, and the top 4 teams will get the bye. In other words, if it's 4 from the Big Ten, those 4 teams they get a bye. They don't have to play the first round. And Jeremy, going forward in 2026, it looks like it's going to happen. This is not official yet either, but we can go ahead and write it down. It's going to go to 16 teams. The SEC will have 4 teams, automatic bids. Big Ten will 4. ACC, Big 12 will each get 2. Then you get 1 the Cinderella, and then 3 at large. That's probably going to happen. Big Ten, SEC want it to happen. That allows the SEC to go ahead and make more money, play non-conference games, because they know they've got 4 automatic going in there. SEC championship, Big Ten championship games will probably go away. They'll probably have play-in games. As the year goes on, the number 3 seed at the end of the year will play the number 6 best team in the SEC. The winner gets to go to the playoffs. Number 4 will play number 5. The winner of that will go to the playoffs. So you'll see teams playing each other twice a year. We saw it last year with Oregon and Ohio State. What do you like? I like that the SEC and Big Ten are going to get 4 automatics, because you look at the best leagues is a proven fact. Look at the NFL draft where they all come from. SEC was number 1, Big Ten was number 2. Recruiting, look at all the recruiting service where the kids are going, those 2 conferences. Look at the money being made. TV contracts. Big Ten's number one, SEC number two. What do you think about all these things that might happen? Looks like it's going to happen.
There's one of two ways to go, and that's just the reality. You're going to have to go down that road. There were just colossal mismatches. I mean, I know SMU got the sympathy vote to get in after playing Clemson,
and they were rewarded the buys.
Yes, and so I think you have to go the direction you're going with more games, more rematches. I'm not necessarily a fan of that. Or you've got to revert back to what was, and there's no putting it back in the bottle now. But you can't stay where we are.
Right.
Where we are is kind of broken. And I think everybody realizes
Well, you are for the 12 top teams, 12 best teams.
Yeah, I would go down that route and stay there. But we're trying to do with football what happens in the basketball, and it just doesn't equate. I mean, you mentioned Robert Morris going to play, in the softball. We didn't even know who Robert Morris was, but he just about beat Alabama in the basketball playoffs. You're not going to have a small school step up and knock off Ohio State, Notre Dame, and Texas in three consecutive weeks.
You didn't see it last year in basketball because of the transfer deal.
Right. That's exactly right. So
the only thing, if they guarantee 4 teams, what if an 8-4 SEC team goes in over a 9-1 other team? How do they do that?
We're okay with that.
Huh?
We're okay with that. We're SEC fans.
That was one thing that the ACC was talking about in their meetings that he don't think it's fair. He didn't really say that, but he says he hopes they will make a fair decision on if they go to 16.
The committee make a fair,
yeah.
Well, I will say this, and you know it. All schedules are not created equal. Look at Indiana, the Big Ten. They had a great year. Look at their schedule compared to Georgia's. Look at conferences are not compared equal. So I don't like the Big 12 and the ACC getting a bye. I do think the ACC is the third best conference. They were down. I got some information what they've done since 2020. The ACC's been terrible since 2020. Mm-hmm. It really has. And again, you pointed out it's the money. Look at the money difference. How can you compete? Yeah. Why would a kid go to FSU when he can go to Florida and make, what, $50,000, $100,000 more to $1 million? I don't know what the number is, but a lot more money. Mm-hmm. You might grow up loving those schools. You love FSU, Bill.
Right.
But if you might love them to death, you might love Missouri. But if Alabama comes or Georgia comes in or Missouri comes in there and go, hey, look, we're going to give you $1 million more, where are you going? You can't turn down that money.
That's the problem.
Yeah. How much time we got? Oh, we're good. Okay. I don't know why I thought. All right, I'm going to run something by you, Tommy. This is what I think we should do. If I was Nick Saban, I'd push for this. And some people say I'm crazy. In the NFL, you have 3-year contract, 5-year contracts. You don't see, Jeremy, many more 6-year contracts in the NFL. But you see 3, 4, and 5. I think going forward, if you're going to hire them as employees, the players will be employees.
That's what they are, basically.
Exactly. But they have all the control. The coaches and the universities don't. I think if you hire them, I think you hire them coming in as a freshman out of high school, 3-year contract. 3-year, hear me out. 3-year contract, and there's revenue sharing. Every freshman, regardless if you start or not, everybody in that roster that's a scholarship player as a freshman is going to get X amount. The next year, your sophomore year, you're going to get an increase, a little bit of increase. Your third year, a little bit more. The fourth year, a little bit more. And then after the fourth year, it's maxed out. So you already know going in. Big Ten, SEC going to have a big advantage. They're going to get paid more money than going to the ACC and Big 12. It's just going to, because they got more money to revenue sharing.
You're talking about the equal amounts in freshman, sophomore?
Yes.
Everybody gets the same amount?
Yeah, at the Big Ten, SEC. Because you just said they're not going to $20 million across the board. It's going to be what the revenue sharing percentage is what you make. So that you got to do that. But what I'm getting at, you got a kid that's never done anything in a program, walks in as a freshman, he's a 5-star, but he's a flop. He isn't very good, yet you reward him with all this money. So I think that's got to be the way it should be. That's just the way it's going to be. If you don't want to do it, you don't come to this university, you don't come to Big Ten, SEC. Now, after the third year, that player has the opportunity to leave. He can go shop around, he can free agent, he can go, he can leave. If he decides to come back to, let's say, Alabama, I'm coach, I want to come back my 4th year. Alabama has to take him, okay? They have to take him the 4th year. If he wants to leave, he can leave. If the coach is fired, the kids can look to go somewhere else. But he's got to be careful because we got these new rules. They might not be an opening at these universities that he wants to go to. So you got to be careful about that. The 4th year, the school has got to pay him. They got to bring him back, let him graduate. Now, the 5th year, it's like an open market. The school does not have to bring him back. He can go play where he wants to go the 5th year, just like the 4th year. So you still get the transfers if you want them. But there's after 3 years. And the reason I said 3 years, if you go year-round, you can get a degree in 3 years. It's being done now.
Yeah, sure.
You got. So I thought the purpose to go to college was get that degree. When they jump around every semester to a new school, they're never going to get a college degree. And when they get hurt, their playing days are over. When that money runs out, it's gone. They don't have any degree. So I think this helps protect the player. Now, NIL, the NIL money, we take that away from the universities. That money, you don't ask anymore going forward, Tommy Sinema, Jeremy Pridgeon give money to Florida State or Alabama to help pay for NIL. That's gone. You do exactly like they do in the NFL. That company, let's just say it's Ford dealership. They come to Tallahassee. We want Tom Jones, the starting quarterback of FSU, to be our spokesman. We're going to pay you X amount. They deal with that individual player and the agent only. That's it. The school has nothing to do with that, because that's what NIL is. Yeah. We made it what the mess it is right now because there's no rules.
Right.
That, I think, solves a lot of problems. The transfer deal, they got to stay there 3 years. You made a commitment, you're going to get that degree, you're going to be here 3 years. What do you think about that?
Well, first thing I would think about is those contracts they sign. You better let about 80 lawyers read it and make sure, because the first thing you're going to get a lawsuit.
Yeah, well, what you got to do is copy exactly what the NFL does, word for word. Now, you can fire them. You can put in a contract. We got to take a break. You put in a contract, if you're not going to class, if you're not participating in practice, if you get arrested, you're gone. And they can fire you legally. That's got to be written out. Just like copy what the NFL's doing, because it's professional league now anyway. And
it'll probably take 2 or 3 lawsuits and see how the courts handle it before it's
the same thing with Trump. Whatever they do, good executive order or not, they're going to do that. All right, let's take a quick break. We get back, we'll talk to Jeremy about the Alabama Crimson Tide. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Braves are back.
Here comes the throw. It's late. Braves win.
And ESPN Northwest Florida is your exclusive radio home for Braves country.
He just wrecked that thing. Straight away center, a homer for Riley.
Sales, Strider, Acuna, Ozzie, Riley, Profar, and Coach Snitker lead a stellar lineup. Listen live nights and weekends on ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida. Here is your weather forecast on this Thursday morning. As we head into this afternoon and evening, mostly sunshine and a high of 81 with a moderate breeze out of the south-southwest at 13 miles per hour. For tonight, partly cloudy skies and a low near 74. Tomorrow, a wind 5 to 10 miles per hour, partly sunny and a high around 82. For Saturday, mostly sunshine and a high of 83. This weather forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Are you looking for a place to take a leak? Do you have a truck, tractor, or other hydraulic equipment leaking or not performing as it should? At Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, we can get you back to work. Do you have a busted or leaking hose? Hydraulic cylinder or pump needing repair? If competitive pricing and a quick turnaround are what matter to your business, come see us at Reliable Hydraulic Solutions. Or you can give us a call at 850-326-3000. Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, 6840 Highway 77 in Southport. The best place in town to take a leak.
WGSX Lynn Haven WVLQ Port St. Joe. Powered by Panama City Toyota.
And that's out of the ballpark.
ESPN, Northwest Florida.
Happy Books helps small business owners save over 100 hours a year on bookkeeping and save $5,000 to $7,000 a year in expenses. Let Happy Books handle your bookkeeping so you can do what you do best. Grow your business. They are a small business specializing in serving other small businesses. Call Happy Books now for a free consultation. 850-867-6973. That's 850-867-6973. Or take the first step on their Facebook page or website, happybookstoday.com.
Put down your natural light. It's time for the Alabama Update. The Alabama Update, weekday mornings at 8. On the Coach James Hale Show at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Roll Tide. Roll. Real quick, let me hit a couple commercials. I tell you what, we love these people. Dr. Ward does an incredible job. Listen to every Wednesday, 7:30 right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. If it doesn't look right, feel right, 5 minutes can save your life. He's got offices throughout the Panhandle of Florida. The guy's incredible. Also, you know the Vandergrift family. They go to your church. Wonderful people. Great family. Their son Kyle does an incredible job. The local 115 Harrison Avenue downtown. Go check it out. The best crab cakes you get anywhere. Gumbo's incredible. Oysters, you name it, the local 115. It is Bay County Hall of Fame. And I talked to Kyle the other day. I got to come out and look at my roof. If you're looking to get a new roof, there's only one place and only person to go with. That's Vandy Roofing. General Contracting, they're number one, not even close. Turf Pro Pest Control, Patrick and his crew do a great job. Listen to Patrick every Monday, 8:30 right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. You want that yard to look beautiful? Patrick can make it happen. Alabama Updates brought to you by Stevenson Air Conditioning. The heat is here. 95 degrees this weekend. I'm not worried about one bit. If yours breaks down, go with a local guy. Go with a local company. It's Stevenson Air Conditioning throughout the Panhandle of Florida. They come out anytime, day or night. They'll take care of you. They're number one at what they do. They're the best. Stevenson Air Conditioning. All right, what do you have for us today on the Alabama Crimson Tide?
You mentioned the Vandergrifts there. I got to see Kyle yesterday as well. Laney and Alexis are both 8th graders getting ready to walk at University Academy. And so they have the 8th grade graduate walk, graduation next Tuesday.
Beautiful couple.
They're a great family. And congratulations to all our graduates coming up. But looking at things up in Tuscaloosa, Alabama softball, not the typical year that you would want for Alabama, but they have backdoored into a regional and will host as the 15 seed, keeping a long streak alive of hosting opening round regionals. They will welcome to Tuscaloosa, Virginia Tech, Belmont, and Jackson State. They have played Virginia Tech twice this season, which is kind of interesting to see kind of a rematch. They split during the regular season, a pair of games in Tuscaloosa. Virginia Tech came and played in one of those 4-team invitationals, and they split with the Hokies. Virginia Tech and Belmont kick off things at 2:30 tomorrow. Alabama and Jackson State will play at 5. Alabama's 37-12, 12-12 in the conference. So they're led by, and listen to this stat line. Alabama softball is led by freshman Audrey Vandergraff, not Vandergrift. Vandergraff. Yeah. In fast pitch softball, hitting .407, 66 hits, 31 ribbies, 48 stolen bases on 56 attempts.
Wow.
She is phenomenal.
What's her name?
That's crazy.
Audrey Vandergraff, freshman, hitting .407.
A freshman?
Freshman, yeah. This is
Future's bright in Tuscaloosa.
Future's bright there. This is Alabama's 26th consecutive NCAA tournament.
Roll Tide, baby.
Yep.
Roll Tide.
And their record in regional play, 71-12.
Golly.
So Patrick Murphy has just consistently gotten it done there in Tuscaloosa. Now, tough sledding. If Alabama wins the Tuscaloosa regional, they are paired with the Norman regional.
Man, yeah.
But they took 2 or 3 from the
That's right. They
Sooners
sure did.
in
They lost
Tuscaloosa.
6 games this year, I think.
Yeah. And Vandergraff had the walk-off homer against Oklahoma on that Monday night when they played the Saturday, Sunday, Monday,
and they got to go to.
They would have to go to they have to go to Norman if Oklahoma wins. Which
have you ever been to a series up there in Alabama for softball?
Yeah, I've been to softball as well.
It's pretty cool.
It's very cool. Yeah. I mean,
I watched it on TV.
Great environment up there. So, now, are you dressed for the ball game tonight?
Go Gators, baby. Go Gators.
Alabama plays Florida in baseball tonight at 5:30, opening a 3-game set. Alabama's 39-13, 15-12 in the SEC, sitting at number 18 in the Baseball America poll. And I'm hopeful that we can backdoor in and host a regional. It's tight. It's tight. And there's still some games to be played. You know, Florida's sitting number 23. If you can go into Gainesville and Hoover, if you can advance here, you got a shot.
Auburn's going to get one.
Yeah, and if you look at the rankings here, the SEC is pretty stout in terms of the teams that are going to host. I mean, you've got Texas up there. You've got just the normal suspects that you would anticipate. But if you can get to that 16 slot, you know, you avoid being that sort of high 2 seed. Now, one of the things that's interesting to me, you know, we talked about this when we went over to watch Florida State and Florida. Florida State's sitting number 2. Could they send Florida into the Tallahassee Regional here?
Possibility.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That would be kind of cool.
We've always wanted to see them play when it really matters.
I read somewhere where they said that's probably what they're going to do.
Yeah, so I'm just kind of tracking these as you go, and that one's lining up. So stay tuned. Still some games to be played, but that one's lurking around. But, you know, LSU, Texas, Auburn, Arkansas, Vanderbilt, Georgia, you know, all of them, Tennessee sitting there. How many host sites does the SEC get also becomes a question.
I think they get a lot.
Yeah, they very well could.
Let me ask you, when they get to Hoover, you lose one, you're gone.
You're gone.
So some of these teams win 2 or 3 games there. That's going to help them.
That's going to help them. You know, and then if LSU were to drop first game, not going to hurt them at all.
Yeah.
And it's kind of the same dynamic. And I'm glad they've gone to single elimination. As much as I hate single elimination, you can't do anything more than single with a 16-team tournament. Yeah, but it does make for a lot of wear and tear to get to Hoover and play 9 innings and go home.
Yeah.
But you know, to your point, it's kind of like the SEC basketball tournament. Would you rather play 4 straight games in Hoover, exhaust your pitching, if you're already a lock, to turn around and go host a regional the next week?
Right. Kind of like the SEC championship in football now.
Yeah. What value?
The last
That's
play,
when you won't single elimination.
You realize the last play before halftime, bet goes down? Mm-hmm. You're starting quarterback.
Yeah.
So you're right about the baseball. What if a pitcher gets injured? You wear them out
you're burning them on something that.
But I want that game never go away. That's a great event. I love going up there.
Oh, it's a great event. But what are the rewards for advancing and playing through till Sunday afternoon? Yeah. Oh well, you're going to go home and you got a crew coming in Thursday and you're going to host them versus getting to the house on Friday.
Well, you saw what they did in softball, right? Mm-hmm. They called it in co-champs.
That was a terrible decision, too.
I couldn't believe they did it.
Yeah.
That was by
he got nailed for that, too.
He got nailed for that one there. I mean, and you know as well as I do, they would not do that in baseball.
No.
They would not. They would not play all week.
They'd have a fit.
Yeah. I mean,
I was surprised at that too.
If it was 11:30 at night, they'd start that thing back up.
Yeah, and they had Sunday all day. I know the weather was supposed to be bad and everything.
Had all day.
They could have played it Sunday.
Yeah,
they could have played it.
So I noticed you didn't golf at Greystone yesterday.
Nick called. I was busy. Yeah, so that's a pretty nice golf course.
So DeBoer was out there yesterday at the region's Celebrity Pro-Am, and one of the kids there wearing his Hewitt Trustful hat. Who's starting at quarterback? So high school kid, still asking him, just yelling at him. Couldn't get away from the question here, And McCarron says it's Ty Simpson's job to lose. He's been a little more vocal about it. But DeBoer was there as part of that gathering. And as much as, having DeBoer there was great, he still got overshadowed. Did you see the pairing?
Oh, my God. Did you see when Saban drove up?
Yeah.
Did you see all that? Tell me about that, Jeremy. If you're DeBoer, I kind of feel bad for him.
I feel bad for DeBoer.
Everywhere he goes is Saban. Even now, Kirby was there, Tuberville, all these coaches were there.
They're all there.
But Saban walks, it's like nobody even exists. It's all about Saban.
Yeah.
He's not even coaching
like
anymore.
the Mick Jagger of coaches here.
He's like Elvis Presley. He walks in, it's like he takes over.
Yeah.
Well, did you hear the president?
Yeah.
It's when he said, anybody that wins that many games, you need to go first.
And Du Bois was in there.
And he
was
pulled
there
him out
too.
in front and went behind him.
These say Du Bois is a good coach.
Both coaches were there, and he goes, "We need to bring Nick back." And I think he thought what he said. He knew the other guy was there. He goes, "Well, you got a good one."
Yeah.
He said that.
Unbelievable.
Oh, but did you see who Saban was paired with, though? Charles Barkley.
Wow.
That was
funny.
Barkley flew in for the opportunity to get to golf with Saban. Now, Barkley's golf game's horrendous.
Yeah. I love Charles Barkley. I love that man. He is the most honest. He'll say anything.
I like him, too.
I love him.
But Stuart Sink was paired with Barkley and Saban yesterday. And, and here's the pro who's just completely overlooked with the celebrities.
That's a pretty good deal, man.
Oh, that was a great deal there, yeah. And they did ask Saban about his expectations of Alabama. And, he was very, and he did say, he said, last year was very difficult with just the transition into a new coach, and that he felt like the team's working hard and doing well, but he really did not have any quote-unquote expectations around the program, which I thought he handled that fairly well. But,
like he did at FSU.
And on the basketball front, LeBaron Filan, the all-world freshman, has declared for the NBA draft. So we're going to have to do some more work there in rebuilding. And Nate Oates, I'm certain, is on it already. But that was a loaded team, a lot of talent there, and just going to have to rebuild quickly. Hate to say that basketball at Alabama's kind of become like the one and done of Kentucky of years ago, but I think we're getting there as quickly as they come in. They're heading out. You don't build programs anymore. You build seasons.
Yeah. We had a caller. I don't know if you were in that day. We had a caller about the basketball. It's the same thing. That we're losing all these great players. He says, "You got connections." So I called Jamie, and she says she knows this coach, and she's, "No, Dad, they feel really good about their direction, everything. They've got some great players coming in. They feel really good. They got great shooters. So I think they're going to be in good shape regardless." Yep. So we will see. We'll see. All right, Alabama update. We tell you all the time. You need to listen to us. Call Stevenson Air Conditioning. Get this thing serviced now. I don't care if it's more than a couple of years old. Get it serviced. It's going to run better. It's going to last longer, and your power bill is going to go down. They're the best at what they do. Go with a local company. Stevenson Air Conditioning, number one. It's going to be in the mid-90s Saturday, Sunday. It's going to be hot. This is going to be a hot summer, so make sure you got Stevenson Air Conditioning. If it breaks down any time, you remember Stevenson Air Conditioning. All right, B4 Braves and Lynn Haven, I'll talk more about them when we get ready to do the Auburn update. Love Pat Perno. City Commissioner over there is incredible. David Adams, you want great jewelry. You want something made up. You want Elvis had that TCU made taking care of business thing. Tommy's got one. I think Elvis gave that to you back in the 70s. It's incredible. They can do anything there.
68.
Yeah. No, you think we're kidding. Him and Louise, how many times you see him in concert?
I only saw him one time. Louis saw him about 3 times.
Yeah.
She's the one that made me go see him. I didn't want to go.
But when you did, what happened? You found out.
You can pull out your man.
You found out.
Tommy.
Yes. Yes. We need an Elvis Day. Hey, what was I talking about? Get some great jewelry. David Adams, they're incredible. Russ, Amber, they can do anything you want.
Free jewelry, free cleaning. 830 Highway 77.
They
David
buy
Adams.
it. They sell it. They do it all. They're number one. Just like Dr. Ward, he's the best at what he does. I got an appointment with him in about 2 weeks. I got some stuff that doesn't look right, doesn't feel right, and he's going to take care of me. He is incredible. Listen to him every Wednesday right here at 7:30. We'll be right back. Tommy Sandemeyer, Bill King Solomon's with us this morning. No. Jeremy Pridgett and Wildcat himself. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
The game going with ESPN Northwest Florida. Just because you get out of the car doesn't mean the Sports Talk and Live play-by-play have to end. Just say, "Hey Alexa, open ESPN Northwest Florida." From Michigan Avenue to the Man Cave, from the car to the kitchen, we've got you covered. Keep the game going. Hey Alexa, open ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida. Here is your weather forecast on this Thursday morning. As we head into this afternoon and evening, mostly sunshine and a high of 81 with a moderate breeze out of the south-southwest at 13 miles per hour. For tonight, partly cloudy skies and a low near 74. Tomorrow, wind 5 to 10 miles per hour, partly sunny and a high around 82. For Saturday, mostly sunshine and a high of 83. This weather forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
When you bring your vehicle to Panama City Toyota for repairs or maintenance, you'll get the warmest welcome around.
That's because we see service differently.
It's not only an expert team that can help with everything, from simple adjustments to a new set of tires. It's also a team that values your time, so we make your experience as quick and comfortable as possible. Because we're committed to service that goes beyond. Only at Panama City Toyota.
Visit the newly remodeled Mid-South Lumber Hardware and Feed Store in Youngstown. They have a full line of plumbing, electrical, hardware, and tools for your DIY home projects, as well as lumber and animal feed. Now offering not only baby chicks and a full line of poultry supplies, but also bunnies and parakeets. They also carry a wide selection of Duplin wines and gourmet products so you don't have to drive to the beach. Come see us at Mid-South Lumber on Highway 231 in Youngstown.
It's the Coach James Hale Show.
Go nuts.
Live from the J. Michael Studio on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Eagle, hey, Martha, Kenny, James, Jenna. Loves. I hadn't seen James in a while. He doing okay?
He's doing well.
Love
Very
that.
well.
You talking about a fine family? They're good people. Really good people. Craig, Mom and Dad, Segrist, they're wonderful people also. You got some great people that go to that church. Tommy Santamont. And Tommy, you guys did a great job. You got the best. You went out, you were on charge of the committee, you got Jeremy in there, and it's like Coach Bryant came back to Alabama. Y'all doing a great job.
No doubt about that.
Yeah.
We got the best.
And we want you to do something for us, if you would. If you feel like it, we certainly appreciate it. Ron Movey is in his fight to survive, going through a lot right now. They, matter of fact, over in Jacksonville, if you would like, we'd ask you to go GoFundMe.com, type in Ryan and his fight. Whatever amount you could give, it would certainly be appreciative. This traveling back and forth, going to be a week over there, maybe, I think it's 2 weeks, it's going to be over there in Jacksonville. Very expensive, and insurance only pays so much. If you could help out any way, we certainly appreciate it. Now, another way to do it where he'll get every penny you give him, because GoFundMe does take a cut of that. You can bring it up here to the station. We got a little drop box, but we'd ask you to make the check out to Ryan Movey, no cash. Drop it off. What's the address?
It's 204 Suite B, Ellen Lane. It's just off of Gwynn, which is just off of Thomas.
Yeah.
Out there by the car wash, we got a big sign that says ESPN out there by the highway. So it's pretty easy to find. 204 Suite B, and it says ESPN right there. Yeah. Big lock box.
Put an envelope, his name on it.
It'll be safe and secure.
Brandy will make sure he gets it. We've, as you know, Wildcat, we've had a lot of people get the money straight to me. I've gotten it to Ryan. Now, if it's cash, I do charge probably more than GoFundMe. But you need to do checks.
I don't think you can say that.
Oh, we will.
Anyway, we need to help him out. Oh, my goodness. All right, I want to get into Auburn. We all know that Lee Corso, I love that man. I mean, I've watched him since 1987, the first time he did it. He played at Florida State, Burt Reynolds, all the stories there. He loves FSU. What game will be his last? They haven't announced it yet. I'm hoping it's going to be FSU. Alabama game day will be there. I hope they do that just for him. A lot of people think it's going to be Ohio State, Texas. We'll see. But anyway, they ranked Auburn and Lee. When he would pick the head games for the Auburn Tigers, how did he do? Here's some of the top ones he's did. This is what he did for the Auburn Tigers. Auburn's been involved with Lee 21 times. 21 times he's either picked for the Tigers or he's gone against the Tigers. He only picked Auburn to win 6 of those 21 times. He went 4-2 in those game picks. That's pretty good. If you got 4 right, lost 2. Here we go. Auburn was 9-12 when they were involved in the game day selection. Back in 2004, if you remember this game, Georgia was ranked 8th in the country. Lee picked Auburn to win the ball game. Georgia came in there, thought they were going to get it done. Lee was right. Lee Corso picked the Tigers to win. Auburn won the game. They beat the Bulldogs 24-6, the number 8th ranked team in the country. People didn't realize Auburn 2004 team might have been the best team in college football. He had Cadillac Williams, he had Ronnie Brown. They combined against Georgia 260 yards of rushing offense. Great job with the Tigers. Also in 2004, Tennessee. Auburn's at Tennessee. Lee comes in. He puts on the Tiger. He picked the Auburn Tigers to win the ball game. He was right. Halftime score, Auburn 31, Tennessee 3. Auburn went on to win the game 34-10. Right now, he's 2 for 2. 2006, Florida Gators. Florida, the number 2 team in the country, is at Auburn. Lee picked Auburn to win. Auburn upsets the number 2 Florida Gators 27-17. I remember that ball game. War damn Eagle. Good job. Another game in 2005. It was the SEC. It was SEC game, and he picked Auburn to win the game. And who did they play? A rematch against who? Tennessee. Auburn's offense that game, 559 yards. Auburn won the SEC championship 38-28. Again, they had all those great running backs in that team. Tommy, who was head football coach? He's famous. Head football coach at Auburn during that time, 2004. He's in politics.
Tuberville.
Tommy Tuberville.
Tommy Tuberville.
Now, we go to 2010, Lee Corso. The game's played at Auburn. It's the Clemson Tigers. Lee picks Auburn to win the ball game in 2010. Auburn gets it done. Auburn 27, Clemson 24. Remember that 2010 team, Cam Newton? Unbelievable. 2017, Auburn, Alabama's at Auburn. Lee picks the number 1 Crimson Tide to win the game. Auburn beats the number 1 team in the country. Auburn 26, Alabama 14. Do you remember that one, Jeremy?
I do.
It was the second time in 3 weeks that Auburn beat the number 1 team in the country. So Lee's doing pretty good with Auburn. We go to 2019, Lee Corso and Oregon. The game was played in Dallas, I think. Wasn't it?
I think that's right, yeah.
I think it was played in Dallas. Oregon, he picked Oregon to win the game. Auburn wins the football game. Who was the quarterback at that time?
That was Bo Nix. He was 12 at that time, I think.
He's the future hero of the Auburn Tigers. But the game was played in that. You're right. It was Jerry's World.
Right.
Auburn 27, Oregon 20. And I think it was the end of the game. He drove them down there. I remember that. All right, now we go. And these are all ranked now in order how good the games were and stuff. 2011 is Oregon again. They're playing Auburn. He picks. I think it's the national.
It's the national championship.
It's 2011, but the game 2010 season is for the national championship. He picked Oregon again to beat the Auburn Tigers. What happened? Dyer, remember, he put his knee. They thought his knee was down, and he keeps running. He stopped running.
And look, the officials did a great job there. That's pre-replay. They didn't blow a whistle. They had it.
Everybody
exactly
stopped.
Right.
Everybody looks. And so the Auburn sideline said, run, go. He takes off running. They finally bring him down towards the goal line. And I think it was the last play of the game.
Yeah.
Auburn kicks the field goal. Auburn wins the national championship. So, Lee, you were wrong on that one. And the number 1 pick he's ever made, Auburn, Alabama at Auburn, 2013. Lee picked Alabama to win the game. This one, Alabama could have won 3 national championships in a row. The kick 6.
Oh, yeah.
Davis takes it 109 yards for a touchdown. Hey, Alabama, he needs a second. It's called the greatest play in college football by a lot of publications. Auburn wins the game. You will never. 1972 punt, Bama punt, and then in 2013 kick 6. 2 games you will never ever forget, regardless if you're an Alabama or Auburn fan. But that's Lee's picks. Again, Auburn got 9 of those wins, I think, out of 21. But those were some great games right there, and he was involved with all those games. I want to ask all 3 of you, what do you think ESPN is going to do? You know what? I'm going to go out on a limb. I don't think they're going to go to go to Clemson. I don't think they're going to do that. I don't think they're going to go to Ohio State, even though that's the biggest game, and they probably should. Game day will be there. I mean, the Fox network will be there.
Well, they don't get a value because it's not their game.
Right. That's what I was thinking. Now the other one, if you look at it from that angle, it's either going to be LSU or it's going to be in Tallahassee. It's closer for him to get there. Do they care about that? Probably not. But he started out all those connections to FSU. If it's a night game, it'd even be better. But I hope they'd let him go to Tallahassee.
We'll see how much they care about Lee Corso.
Yeah, I hope they go. What do you think they're going to do?
I think they should probably go to Alabama, FSU. It probably won't be as good a game as some of the other ones, but still, that they think, that's Corso's school. So
he played there.
You never know. I mean, these days, gosh, you never know.
Where do they go? Do you think they go to Tallahassee, or do you think they go to LSU, or are they going to go to Texas?
I'd like them to go to Tallahassee, but I don't know.
They're going to Tallahassee, and here's why. Clemson is a regional draw, and they'll draw well. They've got a big support. LSU is football for Louisiana, but if you can't get Texas and Ohio State because it's not your game, which is certainly a mega titanic clash, you've still got national branding with Alabama, and you've got all of those television sets in the state of Florida.
Mm-hmm.
And the rarity of that game is just about as rare. I mean, Alabama's never played in Tallahassee, and they played in Jacksonville. They played in Atlanta.
That's true.
We've not played.
Really?
Never played in Tallahassee.
I did not know that.
Yeah. So there's
Good point.
There's a lot there that even with the 2:30 slot makes it an intriguing pick for game day.
I'm gonna go with you. I think you're right.
What was that now?
Alabama's never played in Tallahassee.
They never have.
They played Tallahassee.
No.
No, we played in
Alabama.
Jacksonville. We played in Atlanta.
Yeah,
Was it
never
Jacksonville?
gone to
When was that?
We played over
The last time they played
in Atlanta.
I was at that
Mercedes-Benz.
game.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
You're right about
Florida
that.
State's played in Birmingham.
That's right.
Florida State's played in Tuscaloosa.
Yeah.
But
And that
Alabama's-
stadium was so small back in the 70s compared to Alabama's. Yeah, you're right. That's a great point you made. You're right, because we went back and we looked at all the TV ratings. Alabama still was the most watched team in college football. Last year they weren't. They were in the top 4, though. And Florida State is the most watched team in the ACC. That's a great point you made. Yeah, it'll be. I think they're going to be Alabama.
And they got plenty of games to get Texas and Ohio State later on in the season.
Right. Let's give Lee what he wants. All right, let's talk about, again, Stevenson Air Conditioning. Anytime day or night breaks down, please go with Stevenson Air Conditioning. Now, if you want a great meal, Pat Perno is the city commissioner of Lynn Haven, does an incredible job there. His restaurant, the people that work for him take on his personality. If you know Pat, you know you're dealing with a kind, sweet, hardworking man. Treat you like family. You walk in there, Tommy, we've been there so many times. They never have a frown on their face. They always smile. They always treat you really well, and the food's outstanding. Never had a bad meal there. TVs everywhere. Beef O'Brady's. The key word here is in Lynn Haven. Go check it out. Also, El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill, right across the street from the Navy base. Great place to have a birthday party, huge facility in there. David's got a new one on Front Beach Road, 10908 Front Beach Road, park in the back. But Thursday nights, went across from the Navy base. You want to listen to some great singing, karaoke, that's where you want to go. Matter of fact, we're taking the whole family there tonight at 5 o'clock. We're going to have a great time. And the legendary J. Michael's Restaurant, Max Fit Sports Nutrition. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida. The afternoon underdogs.
Gator Jamie says survival combo, celebrity, Scarlett Johansson, food and drink, whatever she wants. Gator Jamie's always got the best humorous answers.
4 to 6 weekdays. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Introducing water clear pools. the home of the 10-week pool guarantee. We guarantee custom pool completion from permit to your first swim in 10 weeks or less. Water Clear Pools is the premier pool builder for the Margaritaville development on Highway 79. Free quotes and custom pools anywhere in Northwest Florida. Call now, 850-835-4177, or see our website, waterclearpool.com. Licensed and insured. License number CPC 1459723.
Introducing Southern Breeze Primary Care. With 45 years of experience, owners Holly Gay and Lisa King bring warm, friendly care, Southern charm, and a family vibe. They are the pros in youth sports, physicals, general health care, Bio-T hormone replacement therapy, certified DOT exams, and Coast Guard physicals. Southern Breeze, 107 West 19th Street, Suite B, 850-248-8002. Walk-ins are welcome and insurance is accepted but not required. Southern Breeze offers breezy solutions for your healthcare needs.
Now, for a limited time, Krispy Kreme Donuts is offering the Krispy Kreme Pac-Man Collection. Featuring 3 new donuts and a custom Pac-Man game dozen box. Enjoy the Pac-Man Party Donuts, the Team Ghost Donut, and the Strawberry Power Berry Donut. Only at Krispy Kreme Donuts in front of HCA Hospital, 23rd Street, Panama City, and on the Ross Clark Circle in Dothan. Krispy Kreme Donuts since 1937. Krispy Kreme Donuts, where you get them hot.
Welcome to It's the Coach James Hale Show.
But I believe diversity is an old wooden ship that was used during the Civil War era.
Live from the J. Michael Studio, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. We got a caller. Let's take Joel's call. He's challenging Jeremy. So, Jeremy, we're going to give you the floor.
No, let's see what he's got here. I'm just using the...
Joel, you there?
Hey, how's it going, Coach?
Hey, buddy. Here, ask Jeremy what you were going to talk about.
Well, back in 1972, I think Daryl Moodra was the coach of Florida State. Alabama did travel to Tallahassee for a football game. As a matter of fact, you go back and watch a YouTube video about CBS did a special on Bear Bryant's career, and they featured the halftime speech he gave at the Florida State, and they showed scenes of the game.
I remember that.
The interesting thing about that game was Daryl Moodra coached from the press box. And in that game, the elevator got stuck between the ground floor and the press box. And by the time he got to the into the press box, Florida State had scored a safety against Alabama and led the game 2-0. And that score stood for a long time. But Alabama kicked the field goal at the very end of the game, won the game 3-2, if I'm not mistaken.
All right, what happened there, too, the coaches in the press box hit the wall, made a hole in the wall. Coach Bryant sent them to build. The game was played in Tuscaloosa. I know all about that, 1974. And you're right, Coach Bryant did give a speech. And I thought the game was almost a tie. Alabama won. I guess Alabama did win.
The 74 game was played in Tuscaloosa, 8-7. Alabama wins.
Yeah. And that's when they knocked the hole in the wall.
Yeah, but
Florida State's
and Joel, according to University of Alabama records, we played 5 times, 3 in Birmingham or Tuscaloosa, and then in 07 in Jacksonville and 17 in Atlanta.
I was at that game. Yeah,
I was at both of those. Yeah,
I was at that game with you in Jacksonville.
So first trip to Doak Campbell coming up here. Yeah.
Joel?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right.
You got to go?
I got to head out here.
All right.
Very good to meet you.
Next Thursday.
Yep.
All right.
See you, buddy.
I'm sorry, Joel. Go ahead, buddy. I'm sorry. I was saying, but Jeremy has to leave early, Dad. We were all telling him bye.
No problem. All right. Appreciate it.
All right, man. Thank you, sir. Appreciate your call. Yeah, again, 2017, they played in Atlanta. Alabama won that ball game. That was a game of the century, 1 versus 3, I think. And then they played in Jacksonville. You and I were at that game in Jacksonville, Florida State. The score was kind of close. It wasn't even a close game. FSU was so much better.
They fumbled right and goal line. FSU got and scored.
Remember we were leaving? Bill, we were leaving, and these Alabama fans were loaded. They couldn't even stand up. I think it was the guy who won cussing Nick, said, why did we hire him? He's an idiot. Yeah. He can't coach. F this, F that. They wanted him fired. Me and Tommy looked at each other, well, roll tide, baby. It was incredible, man. So anyway, and then 74, the game was played in Tuscaloosa, and they actually happened. The FSU coaches were so upset and they lost the game. They hit that little wall there and made a hole. Coach Bryant sent them a bill, and I guess they paid the bill.
Sure they did.
You know?
Yeah, they did.
And then in 1967, the game was played either in Legion Field or Birmingham too, or Tuscaloosa, I can't remember. The other time they played is 1965, but Alabama, I think, won 3. Well, I think they won 3 or 4 of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. When did FSU beat them? Oh, yeah, we were there.
With Jacksonville.
Yeah, that's right. Coach Bowden was the head football coach at that time. Yeah. All right, I want to ask you guys about this, see what you think. These are head coaches under fire going into 2025 football season. And let me go through the list, then I'm going to ask you guys which one keep their job, which ones don't. USC, Lincoln Riley, his buyout is $90 million. He was 7-6 last year at USC, making over $10 million a year. Oklahoma, Venables, his buyout's $44.8 million. His record last year was 6-7. They did beat Alabama at home at the end of the year, and that kind of helped him. Auburn, Hugh Freeze, he's had 2 losing seasons at Auburn. They lost New Mexico State by 3 touchdowns at home. They didn't play for a bowl game in 2024. Auburn was 5-7 in 2024. His buyout is $20.3 million. FSU, Norvell, he was 2-10 at FSU. His buyout $60 million. Wisconsin, Finkel, I think that's his name. 2024, he was 5-7. His buyout is $40 million. Oklahoma State, he's been there forever, Tommy, but he was 3-9 last year. His buyout's $15 million. Gundy. Stoops at Kentucky, a Wildcat, Kentucky. They gonna keep him or not?
I'm listening.
4-8 last year. Okay, 4-8. Alabama, DeBoer. His buyout, he was 9-4 last year. They lost to Vandy. They lost to Oklahoma. They got beat by an average Michigan team in a bowl game. And then Baylor.
How much is DeBoer's buyout?
Yeah.
They didn't write. I didn't write it down. I apologize. I forgot to write it down. I want to say it's 60 million, 65, something like that. Aranda, Baylor. He got to have a bounce back year last year. They were 8-5. But in 2023, they were 3-9. They opened up with Auburn. They say he's got to win this year. All right, so you heard all the schools, you heard all the coaches. USC, Oklahoma, Auburn, FSU, Wisconsin, Oklahoma State, Kentucky, Alabama, Baylor. Which one will go first, if any at all?
I know one that won't go first, Norvell. He won't go, for sure.
Okay. Bill, if you had to pick one.
But Hugh Freeze.
Yeah, if he has a losing second record with the talent they got now, I think you're right. You can't survive there 3 years in a row losing. I'm with you. I don't think he loses, though. I think Auburn's going to have a really good year. I do.
Well, I hope they do. I didn't mean it that way.
Yeah. Huh?
That's what you said last year.
I know. Well, I know. I know. Thank you, Tom.
Bringing that back.
Get him, Tommy. Get him.
All right, Tommy. I'm kind of thinking Oklahoma's coach.
That's what I'm thinking.
They got a tough schedule. They're in the SEC. But you look at all these predictions, they're mentioned quite a bit in the top 25. Not the top 10, not top 15, but the top 25.
You said Oklahoma State? Or
both of them were on there.
I'm thinking Oklahoma.
Yeah, now Gundy's buyout's only $15 million. Yeah. They were 3-9 last year. He's got to do better than the Big 12. But I still think Riley at USC, if they go 6-6,
no,
you're going to dish out $90 million?
They're not going to play $90 million.
I don't either. Now, Venables is like $44.8 million.
He's the one that I think would.
I do too. Hugh Freeze, 20.7. They paid Gus Malzahn, I think, $29 million, 26, 29. So if he loses, you're right. They're going to pull the trigger at Auburn. You can't lose at Auburn. You can't lose to Alabama like that.
Well, there goes Gus Malzahn from FSU. He'll go back to Auburn.
I don't think so. What about Wisconsin? His buyout's $40 million. He came in there. He used to be a running power guy. He put the spread offense in. It hadn't worked out in the Big Ten. Good luck winning there.
Yeah.
He might be.
What was his record last year? Was it?
They were 5-7. They got to play at Tuscaloosa this year, too, outside conference game.
Yeah, their schedule's awesome. I mean, that's hard to.
What about Kentucky, though? Stoops, I think he's there.
That's a close one now. I don't
They're
know.
going to keep Stoops because they've already got so much money invested in a new lineman,
their
and a new
basketball.
receiver.
Yeah.
And,
As long as he has winning seasons, he'll be okay.
If he goes 6 wins, they'll complain. But I don't think they pull the trigger in Kentucky.
Yeah, I don't either.
Alabama, would they let him go after the second year?
No.
I think he gets 3.
I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, unless it just completely falls apart. If he goes 4 and 7, yeah, they would.
If FSU beats them the first game,
if he loses to Auburn, let's go back, Tommy. They lose to LSU at home. They lose to Tennessee at home. They lose to Auburn on the road and Georgia on the road. He's gonna be in trouble now. He would be in big time trouble.
$60 million. I mean, they could pay the money.
Yeah.
I think they'd give him 2. I mean, 2 years is not. That's just not fair. Give him a little bit longer than that.
Right, following Saban.
Yeah.
You got to have a little.
Yeah, right.
I hope they give him 3 years.
Yeah.
But let's get into this real quick. We saw what happened when Harsin came in from the West Coast, from Boise State, to coach in the SEC. He had no NFL experience, okay? Saban comes in from the Big Ten, but he coached in the NFL. He coached at the highest level. He knows football left and right. Harsin didn't. Harsin didn't coach in the NFL. He was at Boise State. He comes to Auburn, wasn't a good fit, didn't work out. He was gone a year and a half. DeVore coached some of these small schools in the Midwest, in the West, did a good job at Washington, did a really good job at Washington with that really good quarterback, but he never coached in the NFL, and he's out from the West. I think he found out a lot and learned a lot this past year. But is he the answer?
You're right. It's a big difference.
We saw the discipline problems. I think he's a great man. I think he's a good coach. But that job, like Auburn, that's 2 schools you better win. I don't care who you are.
And I read some comment about DeVore. He was saying something like, let the players do what they kind of want.
Right. And that doesn't go in Alabama.
And you can see it in the game. I mean, you can see it. And
Tommy, you like Alabama too. I know you do.
Yeah.
Alabama and Auburn both schools are known for good defense, disciplined programs, discipline. Mm-hmm. Coach Bryant, discipline. Suge Jordan, discipline. Gene Stallings, discipline. Saban, the GOAT, discipline. Pat Dye, disciplined football teams. He's kind of the discipline part of it. I don't know, man. And I will say this, if I was a head, and you're a county AD, you're a superintendent, you've hired people. If I'm a college athletic director, I would really want to hire somebody that's coached at the highest level, that coached in the NFL. Mm-hmm. That's a different animal compared to college. And college is as hard as anything. But that NFL, that's all they do is like college. I just think if you've coached there, you got a little bit more experience than a guy that's coaching just at college only, especially at smaller schools. Look at Gene Stallings. He won a national championship at Alabama. He coached all those years in the NFL. Saban did a great job. Belichick was a great defense coordinator for Cleveland Browns, coached in Houston. I just think that's important. If you can get one that's got successful stints in the NFL and he wants to coach college. It doesn't always work out. But Pete Carroll did a pretty good job. Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Coaching in the NFL, it's a whole new different ball game, and you have a form of discipline and money that if they don't perform, I mean, you can let them go and get somebody else.
You can
fire them, and they have a bad name. It's hard for them to. It's interesting to me that somebody can just be horrible player, and some other team will pick them up.
All right, we got to take a break, but I want to come back. What you said, though, you knocked out of the ballpark. When you said, let the players do what they want, the lack of discipline, that could do him in.
Yep.
That thread is so woven so deeply into the fabric of Alabama that I don't think you can ignore it.
Right.
Yeah.
However you feel about Alabama.
Yeah. And you're a Missouri guy, a Florida State guy.
And I would say that.
Yeah. All right, let's take a break real quick. I want to thank every one of our sponsors. They're wonderful people. Kyle Vandergriff, the local 115. They also have Vandy Roofing and General Contractor. They design, they build commercial, residential. They do an incredible job. That's who you want to go with, Kyle Vandergriff. Pat does a wonderful job. Patrick, Turpro Pest Control. They'll come up with a game plan. Your yard will look absolutely gorgeous. If you got problems with bugs getting in the house, they can take care of that also. Turpro Pest Control, number one. Listen to Patrick every Monday, 8:30, right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Steve's Bike Shop, the guy's incredible. You want to get one of these new electrical bikes, that's where you want to go. We'll be right back.
Celebrating 2 years of broadcasting history.
I told you this would work.
It's the Best of Bay awarded Inside Drive on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Weekdays 11 to 1 with Ryan Mulvey.
I love it.
Covering the biggest stories, breaking news, the latest trades, and taking your calls. The Inside Drive is live and local middays from the Gulf Plus studios.
Happy anniversary.
Becky was on roids.
On ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida. Here is your weather forecast on this Thursday morning. As we head into this afternoon and evening, mostly sunshine and a high of 81 with a moderate breeze out of the south-southwest at 13 miles per hour. For tonight, partly cloudy skies and a low near 74. Tomorrow, a wind 5 to 10 miles per hour, partly sunny and a high around 82. For Saturday, mostly sunshine and a high of 83. This weather forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
It's a Memorial Day mattress sale going on now at the Sleep Center. Stop by the Sleep Center and you can save up to $500 on select Sealy adjustable mattress sets. Sealy, made in the USA and available at
Sleep Center, where it's bedtime all day long.
Golf is a game that should be fun, but to have the most fun, you need to play your best. That's where the experts at Golf Plus come in. Their friendly staff will guide you through the buying process, answer all your questions, and can help with any repairs you need along the way. Golf Plus is your custom fitting, club repair, and golf retail shop. Golf Plus staff is non-commissioned and will work with you to find the best product for your game, just like they've been doing since 1988. Golf Plus in Dothan and Panama City Beach. Fitting, repair, retail. That's Golf Plus.
It's a Memorial Day mattress sale going on now at the Sleep Center. Stop by the Sleep Center and you can save up to $500 on select Sealy adjustable mattress sets. Sealy, made in the USA and available at
Sleep Center, where it's bedtime all day long.
Hi, this is Ryan Mulvey. Join me weekdays starting at 11 for the Inside Drive. The latest sports stories, the biggest reactions, and even sports betting right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michael Studio on ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. One of my favorite people in the world. It feels like she's my own daughter. Morgan Miley grew up with Jamie. They cheered together. She stayed at our house all the time. Wonderful young lady, great cheerleader at Arnold High School, and she married one of my favorite players, one of my quarterbacks, Johnny Gray. So Morgan, happy birthday. They had three triplets. Triplets. They had one boy, two boys and one girl. Incredible, wonderful people. Johnny Gray and beautiful wife, Morgan Miley Gray. Happy birthday, sweetheart. We love you. She's a great guy. What a great person she is. Great parents, too, Bobby and Jill. All right, this is Saturdays Down South. Their after spring football practice, their version of the top 25, way too early. But I got a lot of respect for the Saturdays Down South. I think the people that work there do a really good job. They dive into all the statistics and things. They keep up with all the transfers. They're pretty good. I'll listen to this one. But here's what they think is going to happen. I'll start at number 25. The team that's, that I keep hearing are in big-time trouble. As far as the NCAA, we shall see. But Michigan Wolverines coming in at number 25. The team that beat the last two games they played, they beat the number one team in the country, Ohio State Buckeyes, national champs, and they beat Alabama. Number 24, Texas A&M, Elko. Tommy, 24. I kind of think A&M might do better than that.
A&M?
They got him at
I do
24.
too. Yeah.
I think you can watch out for them in the SEC.
I agree.
Always.
Number 23, I don't think they have the talent some of the other teams, but they did give them, they're up there, Kansas State. They got a good program there, no doubt. We shall see. Number 22, the quarterback situation there they're concerned with, the Tennessee Volunteers. Some people kind of, and I kind of agree, they might be slipping a little bit. They got destroyed by Ohio State up there in Columbus. They were going to take over the place, which they did, but they got killed on the field. Tennessee Volunteers, 22. Too high, too low?
I think that's about right for Tennessee.
Okay.
Yeah, well, the quarterback was.
Yeah. Here's the one I want your opinion, both of you guys, on this one. I think they might be better because if he's healthy and has a good year, they're going to be better. Miami comes in at number 21. What do you think?
Low. I mean, too high. I mean, sorry. They need to be higher.
Yeah.
They need to be higher.
Yeah. Oh, what do you mean? Like
you said 21? When you say, I don't know what they need to be up in the top 15 or 10.
That's what I'm getting at. I'm with you. They might be good.
They're, like I told you, they're slowly developing some.
They just got the number one player in the country from out of Missouri.
6'8", 315.
Yeah.
Nixon, Missouri.
He can play. Everybody wanted him. Yeah. Everybody wanted him. And they got him.
See, Chris Paul's a lineman coach. I mean, he's a head coach. That's what he does.
Let's keep an eye on Miami. This could be the year they finally come through. Yeah. All right, number 20, Iowa State. I don't know much about them. I don't know. Either. Number 19, Texas Tech. I'm going to tell you what now. I didn't realize Texas Tech's been having pretty good teams.
Yeah, they have.
I didn't realize that guy was worth $4 billion, and he kind of helps them out quite a bit. He's on the committee with Saban. I wouldn't be surprised Texas Tech is the top 20 team. Mm-hmm. They got money. Number 18, I love the coach. I love their defensive coordinator. He coached for me, Mark Ivey. Louisville. I think watch out for Louisville. They got them at 18th.
Yeah, they got a lot of their kids back, I think, this coming.
Yeah, they're going to be good.
Yeah.
Number 17, I'm not buying this one, BYU. They don't have the foot speed. I don't know.
Well, they playing where they can win some games. They got
but when they match up against the SEC team or Big Ten, I don't think they're going to do it. I think Indiana's got a great coach. I don't think they're going to be the Cinderella team this year. I think they're going to struggle a little bit this year. I'm not sure about 16.
Everybody knows about them now.
Right. Bill, you think they'll stay up there? I don't know.
No, I don't.
I think that's overrated.
I was surprised last year.
Yeah, I was too. I was shocked last year. Number 15, SMU. They got a lot of money.
Yeah.
That school's got big time money. Lastly does a good job coaching. I could see that. Number 14th, and I'm telling everybody, keep an eye on them. Nobody's expecting much. I think they're going to have a good little ball club. I like their backup quarterback that's starting now, and he's quietly put together a really good team, and that's Lane Kiffin and Ole Miss. They got a 14th. They could be a top 10 team. They might get in the playoffs.
They did good in the portal again. Yeah. They normally do.
Bielema can coach. The guy's incredible. Illinois. I think they're going to be pretty good. They got them 13th. I don't know about that.
Wow.
But
that seems pretty high.
Yeah, and they're in the Big Ten. They play a tough schedule.
Yeah. They do.
I don't know. All right, here are your top 12 playoff teams. And I do agree with this one. I think South Carolina's got their quarterbacks back. Mm-hmm. They got one of the best defensive players in the country. He's recruited well. South Carolina might be the real deal. Mm-hmm. Everybody agree?
I agree. Mm-hmm. I agree.
All right. I do think they're back. They got Florida ranked 11th. If they stay healthy, I think Florida's, even with the schedule, they go 9-3. With that schedule they play, they're in the playoffs. And I do think they go 9-3. Y'all don't agree?
No. The quarterback is, I like what's Lagway, isn't it? Still there?
Yeah. Oh my God.
He
started as a true freshman. Last 4 games, they looked really good.
And they've done well recruiting. I think they got a chance to.
Yeah, I think they're back. Here are your top 10 teams. Arizona State, which they did a great. They struggled with Mississippi State, and then as the year went on, they got better and better, or either played easier teams.
Is that the kid from FSU, the offensive coordinator at FSU?
I think he is. I'm not sure about that.
See, Arizona State, I get mixed up.
Arizona State.
They got an easy schedule, so they could do okay. All right, number 9, Notre Dame. Is that too high or too low for Notre Dame? God, Freeman does. I got to give him credit. He does a good job.
Yeah, he'll probably be a little higher than that, but they always give Notre Dame
love.
They love them.
Yeah. Yep. All right, number 8, This could go either way. This could be way too high, or it could be way too low. You got 8 stars coming back on defense. They say the defense could be outstanding. They got the new offense coordinator that had all the success when they were together, and that's the Alabama Crimson Tide. 8th, too high or too low? Or about right?
I think it's about right.
About right?
I think they need to be up a little bit higher.
Could be.
We'll see after that first game.
Yeah, we will. We will. Number 7, I'm surprised at this. They got Oregon as 7th. I thought they might be a little bit higher.
Yeah, I agree with that too.
Bill?
I don't know enough about them.
They got more money.
They got more money. They got
can go buy.
facilities.
They're getting kids in the. 2 years in a row, they come to the state of Alabama, get our top 10 players. Auburn doesn't get them. Alabama doesn't get them. Oregon did because of money.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Ohio State goes in there and gets players now.
Yeah, they get them.
Yeah. So they got a good roster. Number 6, LSU. The quarterback's back. LSU's pretty good. Kelly, I know it's Kelly, but I'm going to believe it. I'm going to say they're about right. 6 is about right.
Well, they got the quarterback. Nussmeier, he's back.
All right, we got to go quick.
All right.
Here are your top 5 teams. Number 5, Texas. They were my way too early win it all. They got all the money in the world. They put together a great roster.
They got Arch Manning.
They got Manning. They got him at number 5. And this is the Saturdays down south. They know the SEC. Here are your top 4 teams. Number 4, Georgia. I don't know about that. Number 3, Clemson. Clemson getting one poll. Clemson's number 1. Number 2, Penn State. I still think, Franklin, you can't screw this up. I almost picked them. And then number 1, the Ohio State Buckeyes. We got 30 seconds. We got time to talk about it. Bill, thank you for coming in. I know you're ready to head back up to Missouri.
Yeah, for a little bit.
Not long, huh?
No.
Tommy, Jeremy's going to be in here next week. You going to be here?
I won't be here. I'll be in late Falcon.
Okay. Hey, you guys have a great day. Thanks for listening. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Mornings on ESPN Northwest Florida just got unsportsmanlike.
Windy is here. Brian Windhorst, ESPN NBA insider, hoop collector.